Hello students, welcome to online classes. This is class 7th Wanderlust, section 1, the quest for El Dorado. This is the third part of the story. In this video, one new thing is added, that is your activity time. You all have to read the activity and do the activity on the A4 size paper. So that is compulsory for everyone. Now the story starts. After 4 hard and weary days, the explorers reached a smoother channel and found they could proceed more easily. The explorers passed 4 years. Those were very tiring days and they reached to a place. But the tropical heat grew more oppressive each day. But the heat that is in tropical region was too much, and day by day it was increasing. They began to complain bitterly, and Raleigh had to use all his powers of persuasion in order to induce them to go on. Now the crew members started complaining, but anyhow Raleigh had to make them stay there. He was using all his powers to make them stop. Yet the country was in many ways beautiful. Here and there the woods ceased and broad plains spread out, covered with luxuriant herbage amid which rose at the intervals groves of beautiful trees. Here, luxuriant herbage means during the rainy season the weeds come out, that is called herbage. So it was visible everywhere, and the beautiful trees were also there on that area. Graceful deer would come down to the water's edge and gaze fearlessly on the travelers. Here beautiful deer also came to that place. Their big soft eyes, and how were the eyes of those deers? Soft and big eyes. On the bank of these rivers, says Raleigh, were fruits good to eat, flowers too, and variety of trees. We refreshed ourselves many times and the fruits of the country, and sometimes with fowls and fish. Raleigh wrote that on the bank of that river they found many fruits. They enjoyed the fruits. Fruits were sweet, and many beautiful flowers, different color flowers were there. They enjoyed the fish also. We saw birds of all colors, some carnation, some crimson, orange, tawny, purple, and so on. A sight great to behold. Here he has described the different colors of birds, and that sight was so beautiful. Different color flowers were also there in that place, and that was a wonderful place. Here Raleigh was enjoying the beauty of nature. The adventures at length reached a village, and thereafter the natives had got over their fright and learned that the strangers meant them no harm. They were very hospitably entertained. Now all the explorers reached to a village. The natives, when they thought there is no fear with them, then they gave a very good welcome to them. They were very hospitable, means they took good care of them, and they entertained the explorers also. Raleigh had learned that the Spaniards had told the natives that the English were robbers and cannibals. Cannibals means a person who eats the flesh of other human being. So Raleigh thought, I heard something different, that they are robbers, they used to eat the flesh of other human being, but I think it's wrong after seeing their behavior. To overcome the suspicion proliferating among the natives, the greatest care was taken to treat them with kindness and gentleness. This quickly had its effect, for the news spread that the newcomers were friends of the red men. Here, proliferating means to increase rapidly in number or amount. But to overcome the suspicion, to really understand what is the truth among the natives, the greatest care was taken to treat them with kindness and gentleness. As he heard about they are the cannibals, but he wanted to know the real thing, what exactly they are, because they were treating them very kindly. This quickly had its effect, for the news spread that the newcomers were friends of red men. And now this news spread everywhere that these red men are the friends of whom? Of those expedition members, those explorers. Provisions were brought them in profusion, fish, fowl, and fruit. Profusion means a very large quantity of something, because provisions, the thing that we require for our livelihood. So, food and all. So, they brought food, everything, whatever they required in great quantity, as fish, fowls, and fruits were there. And finally, after they had gone about 150 miles up Orinoco, they reached the point where another great river, the Canoni, empties into it. Now, again they started their expedition. They reached to the place, means 150 miles up they went, and they reached to the place that is Orinoco. And there one more great river was there, and the name of that river was Caroni. The country here was more beautiful than they had yet seen, and prosperous villages were numerous on the bordering plains. The natives had heard the amicable character of the newcomers and greeted them with great. So, here this country was more beautiful than the previous country, and here villages were very rich, means they were prosperous, everything was there, and villages were numerous, means many villages were there on the bordering plains. The natives had heard of the amicable character of the newcomers and greeted them with the great. So the natives heard about the friendly character of those newcomers. So who are the newcomers? Means those expedition members, and greeted them with great friendliness, and they treated them with friendliness, means they were very friendly with them, doing all they could to show how many trusted and admired them. They did everything to show them that they have belief on them or not, they are admiring them or not. With one old chief named Topiawara Relith held many interesting talks and learned from him much about the country and the people. So here Relith met with the Topiawara. He was the old chief, and he gave many information about that country. In return, he told him about his own country and its great queen, and showed him a portrait of Queen Elizabeth. While they were returning, Topiawara showed him the photo of Queen Elizabeth. He told everything about his country. Many days were spent with these people in hunting, fishing, and exploring, but they could learn nothing about the marvelous city they had come so far to seek. But what happened? What the purpose was to reach to the golden city, but they did not get any information about that golden city, El Dorado. The old chief told him that there were many fertile plains and valleys and numerous mines of silver and gold, but he knew nothing about the gold city. The old man, who was the old man, that chief, his name was Topiawara. He told that here fertile plains you will find, valleys you will find, numerous mines of gold and silver you will find, but I don't know where is the city El Dorado. So finally, Relit decided to go up the Caroni, three parties being sent to explore its vicinity, while he with a fourth rode up the stream. He did not stop. Who? Relit. he again started his expedition, and he sent 3 parties to explore the areas that was around. While he was going with the fourth team, he had been told of an almighty cataract, which he reached at length after a long struggle with the strong current of the river. After facing the strong current of the river, he reached to the cataract. That was a cataract means a large steep waterfall, and which he reached at length after a long struggle and the strong current of the river. The cataract proved to be a series of giant cascades, 10 or 12 in number. So there were not one, there were many waterfalls. They were 10 to 12 in numbers. So a cascade means a small waterfall, typically one of several that fall in stages down a steep rocky slope. So here you can see the picture also. Now, in the words of Relate, I never saw the more beautiful country. Hills so raised here and there over the valleys, the river winding into diverse branches, the plains adjoining all green grass without bush or stubble. Relit says here that I did not see this type of beautiful country anywhere. Valleys were there, rivers were there, different branches, diverse branches were there. The plains adjoining all the green grass plains were there, but there was not a single stubble was there. So grass without bush or a stubble. Stubble means when we cut the plant, there was a small part of plant that is left in the field. So that is called stubble. So the field was so smooth, only grass was there, no bush was there, no stubble was there. So winding into diverse branches, the plains adjoining all the green grass without bush or stubble. The grass of hard sand, easy to march on. There was sand, so it was easy for us to march, either for the horses or foot. Even horse could also march properly, walk properly. The birds singing on every tree with 1,000 sweet tunes, and birds were singing beautifully, and it was uh, looking like that beautiful tunes are coming from somewhere. Cranes and herons of white crimson and carnation perching on the riverside. All the birds were perching near the riversides. The air fresh with gentle eaterly wing, and every stone we stooped to pick up, promising either gold or silver by its complexion. And whatever stones were there, we were bending to pick the stones because the color and shape was showing that it is not a stone, it is gold or silver lying on the field. So, El Dorado lies concealed in the midst of legend and romance. So, at last of the story, it is said that still the mystery of El Dorado lies concealed. Nobody reached up to the place El Dorado. Still, it is a mystery. Here, stubble means the cut stalk of cereal plant left sticking out of the ground after the grain is harvested. So this was the story of El Dorado. Many expedition members went, but nobody reached to the exact place El Dorado, the city of gold. I think you must have understood the chapter. So, as due to corona, you did not go to anywhere during this holiday. So you imagine this time that you have gone somewhere. Think about a city which you would like to visit and plan a 2 days itinerary for a trip to that city. So this is your activity. Do it. I think you will enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Write the word meanings in your notebook. Complete your task given by your teacher.